Oh, what was that? Whew. Whew. That was one ridiculous name. I gotta stop drinking. Okay.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's Gamerverse back again, doing another review for you guys today, man. Today we are reviewing DeathLoop. If you haven't heard of DeathLoop, this game has been out since 2021, and yeah, I'm a little bit late. I haven't played it yet. It's just something that hasn't been on my radar. Like, I didn't find it very intriguing. Like, I've seen the premise of where it's like time. So many games has this like time bending stories, and I thought maybe it was a little bit overrated. But I decided to give it a chance. And yeah, I gave it a chance, and here we are now reviewing the game on my YouTube channel. And yeah, like I said, the game released back in 2021. So in this video, I'll show you guys why it might still be relevant in 2025. So as you guys know, I will cover a bunch of topics in this video, and then at the end of the video, you will see me give a final score for the game. I'll give my verdict, weigh all the pros and the cons when it comes to the game. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into our first topic. Let's talk story. Let's talk story first. I'll try and get into the story without spoiling anything. So you play as this guy. He's kind of like a mercenary. His name is Colt. Okay, you play with Colt, and the main thing of the story is that there's this dynamic with another protagonist called Juliana, which you also do get to play with, but not in the story. You can play with her in multiplayer mode, which we will be talking about a little bit later. Yeah, the story is basically like you're stuck in this kind of like a time loop, and it's it's up to you to change the time, to find a way to get out of the time loop, because you're stuck in the time loop, and you got to figure out ways to counter it and figure out ways to escape, so to say, and see what else the world has in store for you. The narrative pacing in the game works very, very cool. I think the game in total, I think it's like probably 10 hours. If it's not 10 hours, it could be like probably like 50 hours, or maybe even less than that. Maybe I'm over exaggerating here. But yeah, the story was decent. It's actually 16 hours. It's 16 hours. Yeah, so you got a decent story, and then you've also got the multiplayer, which you can play afterwards once you completed the story. So yeah, like I said, story. You are playing as this cool guy named Colt, and you are figuring out a way to stop this time loop that you're in, because you keep dying every day, and it's up to you to figure out how to get out of there. And you meet a lot of people, you meet a lot of strange people along the way, and the story is just very engaging the more further you get into it. So yeah, next let's talk about the gameplay. Let's talk about the gameplay. Get into the mechanics a little bit. It's a first-person shooter. I know that might be a little bit of a letdown for a lot of people. It's a first-person shooter, and one thing that I forgot to mention in the introduction is that the game is developed by Arkane Studios. And I don't know if you know, Arkane Studios are the people that made the Dishonored series. They made Dishonored, they did make Prey, and this is their latest project. I'm excited to see what they're cooking up next. By the way, they are really good when it comes to these games. Most of their games are first person, and this one is no less also first person as well. So basically, it's first person. You got takedowns in the gameplay. You got shooting powers, and there's a lot of weapon variety in the game. AI behavior, and it's such a challenge in the game. It takes a while to get used to the system, but once you know how to shoot and take people down with blades and stuff like that, it becomes very, very, very interesting and very, very nice to play. So yeah, that's it for gameplay, guys. And then you can obviously there's also what I wanted to say is there's also this, like, you can decide if you want to go stealth or if you want to go action packed. So that kind of also has an impact on the story. So if you want to go in action, guns blazing, you can do that, but that's gonna have an effect on the story of the game. That's gonna have an effect on the characters and the way the story sets itself out to be in the future of the ending. Eventually, you will come to the ending of the game, and you'll get a different ending. That's quite cool, so, because they've done that with they did it with Dishonored, they did it with Prey, they did it with a lot of the games. Arkane just loves doing that in their games, and I feel like it works. It continues to work in all of their games, and in Deathloop, it is no different. I will talk about the multiplayer a little bit. The multiplayer invasion system, it might still be active, but it's not that active as when it released. Not a lot of people are playing Deathloop, but it is on Game Pass, so there might be a lot of people on PC that's playing it. So if you have Game Pass on PC, you can get the game for free right now. I think it retails for about like $400, $40, sorry, $40 or $60, depending where you buy the game, on which store you buy the game. But yeah, next let's talk about the PC performance. Let's talk optimization, let's talk updates, let's talk hardware. So the game is very, very well optimized. It runs very well. I didn't experience any issues in regards to the performance. And I ran it on my system with the GTX 1660 Ti. Sorry, 1660 Ti, yes. And of course, with the i7 motherboard, and then also 16 gigs of RAM. And it doesn't suffer from any stuttering, zero frame drops. I was able to get 60 frames per second on the highest setting. Okay, sometimes it would dip to like 30 to 40, but I would get a normal like 60 frames per second. And these are with like DLSS, FSR, sorry. And of course, if you have a ray tracing card, you can use the ray tracing settings, and I'm sure it will work very, very smoothly. Next, let's talk sound. Let's talk sound.
That is Mr. Okay, LPP. Where's the LPP? Wait a...
Art direction, it's very, sorry, the sound direction is very like retro futuristic. It has this like retro futuristic aesthetic, and the soundtrack and the voice quality, acting is really, really good, and the game aged quite well as when it comes to like the sound design and the songs that they choose, that they chose. So yeah, good, really, really good when it comes to the sound. Next, let's talk value. Let's talk about the value in 2025. Is it worth buying? I would say it is worth the price on Steam. There might be a discount right now, or on Game Pass. It's definitely available. Comparison to the newer ones, or the older games of them like Dishonored, it is a little bit more pricier because it's their latest project, Arkane's latest project, and it is on Xbox, and I think it is on PS4 as well, PS5. Yeah. Next, let's talk verdict. Let's talk this final score for the game, and let's talk pros and cons. So I don't think there's many pros and cons. There's a lot of pros. So you're getting a nice, decent first-person shooter with a solid story, and of course, there's freedom of dialogue. You get to shape the story as Arkane always does in their games. You shape the story the way you want to. Decide if you want to be stealthy, if you want to be violent, whatever, how you want to play the game, and that's really, really cool. And who should play this game in 2025? I feel like if you haven't experienced the game, at least give it a try. Like I was very skeptic myself. The game is for everybody. And my personal rating for the game, I think I'm giving the game, but to be honest with you, I think I'll be giving this one a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's my final score, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Gamerverse, and this was a review for Deathloop on PC in 2025, depending on when you are watching this video. Of course, let me know there in the comment section when you are watching this video. Even if you've liked it, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot of cool, awesome videos dropping on my channel every week, at least once a week or twice a week I try. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I've been Gamerverse, and I'll see you guys in another video.